And welcome everybody to Boss Battle Round 4. I am here with Inquisitor Cat and Crackerton.
Going fishing,
Maybe. We
maybe.
can't say yet. Um wait, you're fishing right now?
Yeah.
Amazing.
I just have Tower Unite on in the background, just fishing.
Oh, you actually do.
No, I don't, but I wish I did, because that would be perfect.
Open
I
up
should.
Tower Unite. Open it
Yep,
up. You have to now.
yep, yep. I got convinced of the
You,
bit. All
you
right, hang
have
on.
to. But yeah, so our battle is well, Dark Link, basically Dark Morpher, and we'll say Dark Morpher from now on, versus Morpher, the lieutenant of Water Temple versus the boss of Water Temple. Um, and just to clarify, we'll go into stats and the possibilities they have to win. So, yeah, Dark Morpher, Doppelganger on most stats, Darkness Affinity B. Maybe that Darkness Affinity will come into play. What do we all think on that? How does Dark Morpher win?
Uh, the lights go out.
Good idea.
That's all I could think of. Like, it's a pretty well lit room for the boss fight. So, like,
Yeah,
the
it
only thing
is.
I could think of is that like somehow the lights go out. I don't even know where the light comes from in that room. I think it's torch sconces on like the corners of the upper walls.
Yeah.
But like the water temple's lighting is kind of ambiguous in a lot of areas, especially like the underwater tunnels where it's like, how am I able to see down here? There should not be any light traveling into here.
Well,
Mm,
water does do wondrous thing to lights.
yeah, it does.
Yeah, but it's just torchlight. It's not strong enough that it should be able to carry that far down.
Mm,
I do
And
remember
also,
that
it's
there were
lake
some
water. It
crystals somewhere, but that might be just my memory.
I
mm,
mean, with it also being lake water, it shouldn't be very easy to see through.
mm. Yeah. Well, so anything else to say on Dark Morpher?
Uh, it's Morpha, but it's the black licorice flavored jelly bean.
I guess. And now we have the OG Morpher. Health D, Power F, Intelligence F, Mobility D, Aqua Affinity B. How is Morpher going to defeat Dark Morpher in this battle? How could
Well,
it possibly?
Morpha won't drown. That's all.
Morpher won't drown, and we're hoping that the lights go out. I'm sorry. Oh gosh. Well, let's hope that Morpher doesn't drown. Although, in all fairness, if Morpher goes out of the water, it's the same as effectively drowning because Morpher's habitat is the water. That high aqua affinity means that Morpher can do with a lot with their water on their side, perhaps. Um, so yeah. With that, we'll go into it. And we'll just need to clarify some things. So, this battle taking place rift in space and time, and half of Morpher's room is, basically Dark Morpher's room. Although, as it's Dark Morpher's room, it's using that darkness affinity to a certain extent. But it's just mimicking Morpher's room. Is that correct, or do we? Do you
Yeah,
want to clarify?
it's probably the same as always. Of like, it's technically just mimicking the original room.
Mm,
Because the idea is that Dark is supposed to be a mirror of the other characters, so it's supposed to be a whole mirror match kind of thing going on in
yeah.
general.
So, yeah. Anything for you to say, Kat?
Nothing really at this stage.
Yeah. Okay. So Okay then. Who wants to be? Well, basically, we'll have to make a decision. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge on this. So I'm going to make that decision. But yeah, so and double checking that everything's,
I unfortunately
everything's
just
fine
cast
on
my
that.
line, and I'm about to get a bite from a Feech.
Yeah, no worries on that one.
Oh, so
But
when did this change into Jeopardy?
sorry, what changed into Jeopardy?
Or did I remember the name of the game quiz show where you have to say your answers in a form of a question?
Oh, I think
Mm,
that is Jeopardy. Yeah.
mm, but,
It has never been aired here, so I just try to remember
mm.
the name.
Yeah,
Oh
I
yeah,
think that's the
Jeopardy.
correct one. Oh, I got a tin can that
Um,
time. Oh boy.
that is good. But yeah, so are we happy with all of that? Or
Yep.
Yeah.
yep, cool. So yeah, who wants to be Morpher and who wants to be Dark Morpher
Uh,
in this?
I have to focus on fishing, so
Okay,
this is the
fair
important part of
enough.
the stream, is me
You
fishing off screen, not even streaming my end to Discord or Twitch or anything. This is the important part of the stream.
this is this is this
That shows
is
you
yeah.
how this fight's going to go down.
Maybe. Maybe spoiler alert. Okay then.
I caught a plastic
I'll
straw.
I'll
It's worth
be
as much as a tin can.
I'll be Morpher. You be Dark Morpher then, Cat?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. So
Morpha, but slightly more evil.
yeah, so I'm gonna say the room what happens now effectively. Morpher's just chilling in his boss chambers and a rift comes by and the rift just shows the boss chambers, but looking a little bit different. And Morpher feels somehow that half the water that they were controlling is now uncontrollable, effectively. So that's happening, and Dark Morpher is noticing, okay, I am now the enemy I am facing, that sort of thing. You know, on that
I
specifically
have
there.
important news. I
What?
caught a cool crab. He has sunglasses on.
That is amazing. And then somehow we hear about a cool crab outside of the out of the arena. So they both sort of feel or notice one another. And because Dark Morpher went in, I will give Morpher the slight advantage of going first. I know, being evil here. And
Oh, Dark Morpha
Morpher,
getting advantage.
well, Morpher,
Because you
but
said because Dark Morpha went in first that Morpha was getting advantage
yeah,
being dark.
well, yeah. So Morpher is going to try to use Morpher's side of the water or mucus around Morpher in order to push through Dark Morpher's mucus. What does Dark Morpher do?
Instinctively responds, do the exact same push.
Okay, so yeah, effectively, now the lines are the same for both of them. Morpher tries creating some form of mucusy tentacle to the outside to well, in all fairness, considering it's Morpher, it will be to one of the sides of the room furthest away from Dark Morpher. What does Dark Morpher do?
On the other side of the room, another tentacle rises.
Okay. So both tentacles go down. At this point, Morpher tries to create more mucus in the water temple room. Just tries to somehow find a way of pulling in the water local to it. What does Dark Morpher do?
More mucus.
Okay,
The
so
most intimidating thing think I've ever heard on the show. More mucus.
Morpha tries to build up more mucus from getting more water from Water Temple. Again, what does Dark Morpha do?
Mucus 2. Return.
Okay, Mucus 3. This time it's personal.
So I think we already made this reference before, but the Pokemon official YouTube channel recently posted the clip of Ash's fight against the other bug catcher, the Samurai Kid, with
Yeah.
their Metapods, just both using Harden repeatedly. And I think we made that joke of that's essentially what is happening here. For
Yes.
anyone who doesn't know that scene, don't want to see it, but
Okay, so what does Dark Morpher do, Cat?
Mucus 4. This franchise is going nowhere.
Okay, so at this point, so much mucus has been created that the water temple just explodes. And Morpher and Dark Morpher just sort of fly out to the fishing pond. Where somehow there might be, two possible people there. Just chilling out, minding their own business, fishing, getting
Yep.
money, that sort of stuff.
did you see
in-
that fly out there? What is that? Let's go
Uh,
check it out. Link is just Link just nods like,
just rolls or something to say yes.
yeah.
And yeah, so it's just like, but Link then sort of holds his hand, being like, can't say anything. Is like, I don't have a fishing rod. Is trying to say it by going like lifting up his sword all the time.
Oh yeah, he's rolling into like the countertop. Like,
Yeah.
that stationary roll that you do whenever
Yeah.
you roll while already running into a wall.
Yeah.
How are you
Strike
doing
that.
that? Oh, you're trying to reel a fishing rod. That's what we're playing tricks. Okay, hang on. Somehow that's how he interpreted it. He did the wrong method, but he still got the right answer.
Okay, so meanwhile, while all this is going on, Morpher and Dark Morpher are still fighting one another, so we've got to keep up with both sides of this. They both fly into the pond and create mucus on both sides of the pond. The fish are probably flopping outside, trying to hope that they can survive this. To clarify,
I'd say a few fish get pulled in like with the water tendrils a bit.
Yes,
So
yes,
they're slapping
definitely.
each other with fish.
Yeah. So, you know what? I'm gonna say that Dark Morpher lands in first. So you go with your move.
Well,
Okay.
the traditional water bending move is to take water, have it go around you to go the other way off you.
Whip it.
I
Like
see.
Devo.
Okay, and I'm gonna say that Morpher just, does exactly the same thing.
They have no intelligence, therefore they just completely copy each other. They don't have a concept of alternate strategies. If
But-
A, then B. It's a simple flow chart that's just a straight line.
But at this point, for some weird reason, Morpher's feeling a pulling motion away from themselves. And the same is for
a pulling sensation.
and the same. Sorry, you go.
Yeah, I was about to say that here I would play the food thingo from King's Quest if I had it.
And somehow the same is happening to Dark Morpher at the same time. Morpher tries to pull away from this strange force acting on it. What does Dark Morpher do?
Try to pull off as well.
Sadly, it's too strong. Somehow this pulling force against them, it's splitting them up. Morpher tries to use all the powers of water to to pull away from it, but it just keeps pulling Morpher away from Dark Morpher. Yeah, that's what Morpher does. What does Dark Morpher try to do?
Exactly the same.
And then, finally, da 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 da. Congratulations, Link. You have just caught Morpher. I don't know its size, and I don't know its weight, so
Wow,
that's
that's
a
a real
shame.
lunker right there.
That really is a real lunker right there. And the same
The only
happens
time
with
I've
the
ever heard
fisherman.
that word used was in the fishing minigame for Ocarina of Time.
So yeah, that definitely is a real lunker right there. And the same happens with the fisherman. And thus, that's the story of how Morpher and Dark Morpher were just, well, so equal to one another that they spent so much time and used so many abilities that they didn't even notice anything else before it. But for an ending, you know, Krakaton, do you want to see us out with the ending of Link and the Fisherman?
All right, well, I mean, I don't really know what it is, kid. I mean, do you want to keep this one or throw it back? Uh, All right, we'll keep it. Just puts both of them into the little tank, and there's not enough water for them to have any power. And now Morpha and Dark Morpha are just trapped in a fishing like aquarium tank.
It's like a lava lamp.
Yeah, it is. Got a red one and a darker red one. They're just vibing, you know.
Good.
Little do we know they're actually in a life or death struggle against each other as eternal rivals. But to us, it just looks like they're kind of just chilling.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, we definitely took some liberties here. But theoretically, this would be a possibility of how it would play out. But the official result on this is a tie.
Yeah, there's
clarify.
no real way for either of these characters to gain an advantage over each other. It'd be an eternal stalemate.
Yeah. Apart from when Link and the Fisherman arrive, so that saved the stalemate. So thank you, Link and the Fisherman, for making a guest appearance.
Is the Black and White Kings are on the board with no other pieces, and someone else had to come in with a third army, like the blue pieces, and with one of those triangular chessboards, they had to come in and be like, "Oh, for the love of God, you idiots!"
Yes, definitely. But yeah, do we want to explain it in general? So Dark Morpher, Doppelganger on almost everything, Darkness Affinity B. We were thinking that Darkness Affinity B might have some role to play, but we've already explained it. I mean, we had to think about it for quite a long time to wonder whether it gave Dark Link the advantage, but in the end, there's nothing corruptible about Morpher. Morpher is an amoeba. So therefore the Darkness Affinity would have held no play, and at the end of the day, Morpher's sort of sorry, I've forgotten what we went for with it, but phlegm, that sort of thing. It would just be similar to Dark Morphers, so they would cancel one another out, and the Darkness Affinity would have no say. So yeah, you go, Kat.
Like the one occasion where having an F stat on something is actually a benefit. Having an F in intelligence means you can't be corrupted since you have no intelligence.
Yeah, no intelligence, you can't be.
That is such a powerful statement. I'm gonna have that written as my epitaph on my gravestone.
Yeah. That just sounds like the worst insult ever, honestly. I'm happy we're talking in this one, you know? Oh, God. But yeah, so yeah, more for health D, power F, intelligence F, mobility B, aqua affinity B. Um, Again, Dark Link's doppelganger. Um, you know, basically mimicked Morpha's aqua affinity B to the largest extent, and most other things were easily mimicked by Dark Morpher, but I don't know how to put this. Like, the thing is, with the abilities effectively that Dark Morpher had, you know, it's, how do I put this? It's like being a Ditto and being able to transform into any Pokemon. Like, you can be like, you know, Arceus or, you know, Moltres or something like that. And then you just somehow accidentally turn into a, Mudkip. That's effectively what happened right here. Poor Morpha.
Pretty much.
So, anything else to say on here then?
Stated before, this is the only occasion where I can ever see that having an F in any stat proved to be the
Yeah.
statement that actually at least brought out this the stalemate instead of a lose.
Yep.
Yep.
We've been ever since we started talking about like all the potential matchups and setting up their sets. We've been joking about Morpha
Yeah.
versus Dark Morpha.
Yeah.
And then the fact that on our fourth spin, we got that
Yeah.
is honestly amazing.
I mean, yeah. At least we didn't call it out this time, like I accidentally called out, you know, one of the Bongo Bongo matches, just going, oh, I want Bongo Bongo. Oh, okay. But yeah.
The fact that we were like, who do we want to see? I want to see Bongo Bongo. I'd also be interested in seeing Twin Rova. What if both?
Yeah. But yeah, on this one, it's actually a lot of fun just how strange this fight would actually be. It definitely wasn't conventional in any form of the sense, so it's definitely been fun. And yeah, well, that's pretty much it for me. And yeah, we'll be having a boss battle next week. And there'll be details on who's facing who. As normal. What else do you both want to say? Thank you for being here, Krakaton, and well, yeah, Cat.
Hopefully we will be able to save the remaining 7 mirror matches for later.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, we'll see about those mirror matches. We've got 8 left. No, 7. Only 7. Yeah, good point. But yeah, okay. And Cat?
I was going to say pretty much the same, that I'm hoping for that the wheel actually, well, it is randomness, but I hope that the wheel actually gives out us a random looking set of rounds instead of just seeing all the Dark Link matches in a row.
Yeah, who's Dark Link going to face off against next? Well, I'm gonna keep this going for a bit because for some reasons, but gonna say goodbye for now. At least on how this boss battle is going. But yeah, so thank you, Krakaton, and thank you, Cat.